Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your Diwali, right? So, how was your Lakshmi Pujan yesterday? I hope you all enjoyed your Diwali yesterday. I also enjoyed a lot, but yes, I missed you all a lot, right? Okay. I welcome you all to Let's Crack 6th Standard, Unacademy's learning channel, the best learning platform where you can sit at home and study, right? We are making sure that you do not miss out on your studies. This is the aim. That is the reason it is the best learning platform currently, right? So, in a nutshell about me, you already know I'm Anuja Parekh, your educator for social studies, history, geography, and civics for or social and political life, whatever you call, for sixth, seventh, and eighth standard, right? As you all know, I love teaching, and same way I even like to write books. I've even written 2 books. Just in a nutshell about me. Let's continue further. To take the subscription of Crack 6 Standard CBSE channel, what all will you get? As you know, daily live classes, live tests and quizzes, unlimited access, and structured courses, right? You all get these things, so do subscribe in so that we'll be able to chat with you. We can evaluate your preparations, have live tests and quizzes. Can have structured courses as per your exam and requirement, right? So let's continue. Where will you get all these things? You will get it on Unacademy Learning app at just 764 rupees per month, starting from 764 per month. These are some of the top educators from whom you will be getting your live classes. Yes, and as you know, this is the comprehensive syllabus for science, mathematics, English, and social science. So please do subscribe. And yes, join our Telegram channel also, so you'll be getting the updates over there regularly. And yes, don't and this is a subscription rate card for you starting from 1 month at 2,500, 6 months at 10,000. But yes, for 6 months you'll be getting 33% discount. For 12 months you'll be getting it's at 15,000 after 50% discount, and 24 months at 25,000 rupees at 58% discount, and you can get more discount of 10% plus if you use the code ANANU NOO. So do use this code so that you'll get 10% extra discount. And yes, please remember you'll get EMI available, no cost of EMI available for on 6 months and above subscription plans. So try to take the subscription for longer period. So we are going to, as you all know, we are studying social studies. In that we are studying geography, and today we are going to continue with major domains of Earth part 8. Last time I had promised you in the next section we'll be doing today atmosphere. We have completed with lithosphere and all the continents, then hydrosphere, and that all 5 oceans, and today we'll be starting with atmosphere, right? So atmosphere up in the sky, this is what atmosphere is. So we are going to about that today, speak about that today, right? So you always get these questions, right? What is sky? What is air? What is atmosphere? What is it exactly, right? So today we are going to see this and understand what is sky, what is air, and what is atmosphere, right? So atmosphere is a thin layer of gases that surrounds the earth. It seals the planet and protects us from the vacuum of the space. That is the reason we are not flying in the space. It protects us from electromagnetic radiation that given off by the sun and small objects flying through space such as meteoroids. Of course, it also holds the oxygen O2 we all breathe to survive, right? In the same way that there are layers inside the earth, there are also layers in the atmosphere, right? So we are going to see what are these layers. All the layers interact with each other as the gases circulate around the planet. The lowest layers interact with the surface of the earth, while the highest interact with the space. On your level, you feel the atmosphere as cool breeze, right? We feel very nice, cool, right? So on other times you feel it as hot or humid day that seems to push on you from all sides, right? Currently we are feeling the cool breeze, ठंडी है सब जगह पे, है ना? कूल ब्रीज है ना? दिवाली का टाइम में ऐसा होता है जहाँ पे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है, एकदम ठंडी होती है ना? But as the Diwali gets over, we feel hot and humid because of lot of pollution, right? तो हम लोग बहुत सारे फटाके फोड़ते हैं दिवाली में, उसकी वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन हो जाता है, उससे बहुत हॉट एंड ह्यूमिड फील करने लगते हैं, राइट? सो लेट्स फर्स्ट सी how this atmosphere was formed, right? This is one of the theory which is said that एक प्रोटो अर्थ, मतलब अर्थ अभी प्लैनेट बनने के प्रोसेस में थी, तब थिया नाम का एक प्लैनेट था। ये और अर्थ के, ये दोनों एक दूसरे के ऑर्बिट के बीच आ गए और वो दोनों एक दूसरे को टकरा गए। टकराने के बाद क्या हुआ? अर्थ एंड मून फॉर्म हुआ। वो कैसे फॉर्म हुआ? अर्थ का अपर पार्ट रप्चर होके जब वो स्पेस में चला गया, उसका बन गया मून। उसके साथ अर्थ के अंदर से जो कुछ भी लाइट गैसेस थे वो ऐसे बाहर निकल आए। ये सब लाइट गैसेस बाहर निकल आए। बाहर निकल आने के बाद अर्थ ने उस गैसेस को तो स्पेस में जाने नहीं दिया, कि अर्थ के पास ग्रेविटेशनल पुल था, राइट? तो उन गैसेस ने एक अलग सा लेयर बना लिया, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं एटमॉस्फेयर, राइट? दिस इज हाउ द लेयर वाज फॉर्म। देख सकते हैं इस पिक्चर्स में क्या हुआ होगा। दिस इज जस्ट एन एनालिसिस। थैंक गॉड ऐसा कुछ सच में नहीं हो रहा है अभी। अगर कुछ हुआ ऐसे वापस तो विल नॉट एग्जिस्ट, राइट? तो आगे बात करते हैं अर्थ के बारे में। इस जो हम लोगों ने ये एक्सीडेंट है या फिर कोल्यूजन है, इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें, मून फॉर्म हो गया, अर्थ हमें एटमॉस्फेयर मिल गया, अर्थ टिल्ड भी इसी के वजह से हो गई, राइट? इसके बारे में हम लोग पहले भी बात कर चुके हैं। आगे भी टॉपिक निकलेगा तो हम लोग वापस बात करेंगे, राइट? तो आगे चल के हम लोग बात करते हैं एटमॉस्फेयर के बारे में। Earth atmosphere is similar to a jacket for our planet. It's a jacket. It protects us, right? It surrounds us. Our planet keeps us warm, gives us oxygen to breathe, and it is where our weather happens, right? ये सब चीज़ें हमें एटमॉस्फेयर देता है। वहाँ पे इन ऑल 7 लेयर्स है। 6 लेयर्स इसलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि ये आइनोस्फियर जो है ना, वो एक सेपरेट लेयर नहीं है। आइनोस्फियर इज पार्ट ऑफ ऑल द लेयर्स, राइट? सो वैसे देखा जाए तो 6 लेयर्स है। वो कैसे? एटमॉस्फियर, स्ट्रेटोस्फियर, मेसोस्फियर, thermosphere, ionosphere and exosphere, right? This is how we are having 6 layers, right? लेकिन ये जो लेयर है ये ओवरलैपिंग है सब लेयर्स में। कैसे ओवरलैपिंग है हम लोग देखेंगे। देखिए यहाँ पे 5 ही लेयर्स दिख रहे हैं ना, इसमें ओवरलैपिंग होता है आइनोस्फियर। वो क्यों, कैसे ओवरलैपिंग है, हम लोग आगे चल के देखें। आप इससे आइडिया ले सकते हैं कि कहाँ पे क्या क्या दिखता है, होता है, राइट? तो ये देखिए पिक्चर से आपको आइडिया आएगी। इस पिक्चर से और ज़्यादा क्लैरिटी आएगी आपको किधर क्या है, राइट? दिस इज हाउ द अर्थ, ये एटमॉस्फेयर के लेयर्स है। चलो अभी इस एनवेलप ऑफ गैसेस के बारे में और थोड़ा जानते हैं। When compared to the diameter of Earth, atmosphere is very thin. The thickness of the atmosphere is a balance between the gravity of the Earth and energetic molecules that want to rise and move towards space. The molecules in the upper layers of the atmosphere become excited as energy from the sun hits the Earth. The molecules in the lower layers are cooler and under great pressure. An envelope of gases. If the Earth were larger, the atmosphere would be denser. The increased mass and related gravity of a larger planet would pull those gas molecules closer to the surface and pressure would increase. Atmosphere is more than just layers of gases surrounding the planet. It is also a moving source of life for every creature of the planet. While majority of the atmosphere is composed of nitrogen N2 molecules, there are also oxygen and carbon dioxide, that is CO2, which plants and animals need to survive, right? So these are the various layers, gases composed in the atmosphere. You'll also find ozone layer, that is O3, higher in the atmosphere, which helps filter harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. ये हमें ultraviolet radiation से बचाता है. Atmosphere also protects us from the vacuum and cold space. Without our atmosphere, the Earth would be as barren and dead as Moon or Mercury, right? Atmosphere की वजह से हमारा Earth barren नहीं है. Connecting climates. There is no single climate of the planet. Specialized climates are found in areas all over the planet and might include deserts, rainforests, or polar regions. The common trait of all these climates is the atmosphere. Atmosphere circulates gases and particles between all of these regions. Connecting climates. Hot air from equator eventually moves north or south or to other climate regions. That warmer air combines with cooler air, mixing begins and storms form. Constant mixing of the atmosphere maintains a stable system that helps organisms to survive. Oxygen will never run out of one area of the planet and temperatures will not skyrocket in another, right? ये पूरा बैलेंस हो पाता है. क्यों बैलेंस हो पाता है? इस एटमॉस्फेयर की वजह से, इस लेयर की वजह से पूरा बैलेंस रहता है, राइट? एटमॉस्फेयर balances the possible extremes of the earth and creates overall stability, right? इसी वजह से एटमॉस्फेयर पूरा स्टेबिलिटी मेंटेन करके रखता है एंड दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई वी कैन सर्वाइव, राइट? Great example is seen in the way tropical cyclones hurricanes form over the Atlantic Ocean. Because of global atmospheric circulation, system starts over the Sahara Desert in Africa, move across the west coast of the northern Africa, pick up large amounts of water as they pass over the warm Atlantic Ocean and Caribbean Sea, and finally dump all of the rain on the Caribbean or southeastern coast of the United States, right? In addition to stormy weather, the atmosphere can also carry dust particles from the Sahara to the North America, right? आप देख सकते हैं एटमॉस्फेयर की वजह से कितने क्लाइमेट्स कनेक्ट हो रहे एक दूसरे के साथ, राइट? A cozy blanket around the earth. एक cozy blanket तैयार होता है एटमॉस्फेयर की वजह से around the earth. क्या है ये cozy blanket exactly? It is a blanket of gas when you look at it from space or or the ground. When scientists started to examine the atmosphere, they noticed that there were different parts and different layers, right? साइंटिस्ट भी कंफ्यूज हो गए, अरे हर जगह पे अलग अलग दिख रहा है क्या ये, है ना? There are layers of different molecules, temperatures and pressures. Overall atmosphere is made up of few main molecules, right? So ये है atmosphere का cozy blanket, है ना? एकदम कोजी ब्लैंकेट, जैसे हमें कोजी ब्लैंकेट के अंदर फील होता है वैसे ही एटमॉस्फेयर की वजह से फील होता है, राइट? The air above you is made up of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.9% argon, and 0.04% carbon dioxide, CO2. That's it. The rest of it is made up of things called trace elements. Those trace elements include water vapor, ozone, and other particles and molecules floating around. अब हम लोग बात करते हैं सभी लेयर्स के बारे में. जो 6 लेयर्स की हमने बात की उसके बारे में समझते हैं. सो ये कौन से लेयर्स है जिसके बारे में हमने बात की है ना? सो हम लोग बढ़ने सो नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ troposphere, right? We were speaking about the layers of the 6 layers of atmosphere. The very first layer where we stay is the troposphere. Troposphere is the innermost layer of Earth's atmosphere, right? This is how you can say the troposphere is, right? This is how the troposphere is. The layer we call home. Closest to the surface of Earth, we have the troposphere. Propose मीन्स चेंज राइट, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे चेंजेस होते रहते हैं इसलिए इसको नाम दिया है ट्रोपोस्फियर. दिस लेयर गेट्स इट्स नेम फ्रॉम द वेदर दैट इज कॉन्स्टेंटली चेंजिंग एंड मिक्सिंग अप द गैसेस. And in this part of our atmosphere, troposphere is between 5 to 9 miles, मतलब 8 से 14 किलोमीटर्स थिक डिपेंडिंग ऑन वेयर यू आर ऑन अर्थ, राइट. ट्रोपोस्फियर अर्थ में हर एक जगह पे अलग अलग होता है, जैसे कि पोल्स पे सबसे पतला होता है, थिनेस्ट होता है, एंड वी कैन सी थिकेस्ट नियर द इक्वेटर. ओके. This layer has the air we breathe, the clouds and the clouds in the sky. The air is densest in the lowest layer. In fact, the troposphere contains 3/4 of the mass of the entire atmosphere. The air here is 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. The last 1% is made up of argon, water vapor, and carbon dioxide, right? This is how is the composition of air, right? इसमें देखा जाए तो ये 78%, 21% and बाकी का 1% है, right? This is how the atmosphere is divided. When you feel the wind on your face, see clouds in the sky, and watch a bird flap its wings in the in flight, you are experiencing the troposphere. It's a pretty nice layer to call home, right? This is where we live. नेक्स्ट लेयर आता है स्ट्रैटोस्फियर. लेकिन ये है क्या एग्जैक्टली स्ट्रैटोस्फियर? स्ट्रैटोस्फियर इज जस्ट लोकेटेड अबाउट ट्रोपोस्फियर एंड मेसोस्फियर के नीचे, राइट. तो ये है अर्थ में हमारे ये जो क्रस्ट है, क्रस्ट के अबाव जो आता है ये ट्रोपोस्फियर, उसके ऊपर आता है स्ट्रैटो, उसके ऊपर मेसो, राइट. तो ये आगे देखते हैं कैसा है. तो एग्जैक्टली ट्रोपोस्फियर में है क्या? अबाउट ट्रोपोस्फियर एंड बिलो मेसोस्फियर वी हैव द स्ट्रैटोस्फियर. स्ट्रैट मीन्स लेयर. ये एक लेयर ये एटमॉस्फेयर का विच इज हैविंग इट्स ओन सेट ऑफ लेयर्स, राइट. So it is called as stratosphere. There are no storms or turbulence here to mix up the air. So cold heavy air is at the bottom and warm light air at the top, right? So इसी लेयर के अंदर अलग अलग लेयर्स देखने को मिलते हैं. That's the opposite how the layers work in troposphere, right? Troposphere में तो सब मिक्स होते रहता है, right? इसीलिए तो हम लोग उसको ट्रोपो नाम दिया है, right? Where that is the place where we live, right? ये है stratosphere. If you were to climb mountain in stratosphere, you would have to take off your warm clothes so as you get closer to the top rather than putting them on like you usually do. But there are no mountains high enough to reach there, right? उतने बड़े mountains है ही नहीं, तो आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है, हाँ. लेकिन अगर हुआ तो ऐसा होगा कि कपड़े पहनने के बदले कपड़े निकालने पड़ेंगे, इतनी गर्मी हो जाएगी जैसे जैसे आप ऊपर जाओगे स्ट्रैटोस्फियर में. सो स्ट्रैटोस्फियर का थिकनेस कितना है? 35 किलोमीटर्स. you'll find वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ओजोन लेयर, राइट, जिसे हम लोग O3 बोलते हैं, जिसके वजह से अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशन से हमें प्रोटेक्शन मिलता है. सो ये लेयर बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. In fact, ozone layer absorbs most of the UV layers and the sun sends to us. Life as we know it wouldn't be possible without this layer of protection, right? ये हम सबको पता है ना? इसके बाद वाला लेयर है मेसोस्फियर। मेसोस्फियर कहाँ है? स्ट्रेटोस्फियर के ऊपर लेकिन थर्मोस्फियर के नीचे। आप देख सकते हैं इस पिक्चर में कुछ दिख रहा है मेटेरोर। मेटेरोर क्यों दिखाया है इधर? चलो देखते हैं आगे के स्लाइड में क्यों दिखाया है। Mesosphere lies between the thermosphere and stratosphere, right? ये thermosphere and stratosphere के बीच में है। Meso means middle, and this is the highest layer of the atmosphere in which the gases are all mixed up rather than being layered, right? By their masses के हिसाब से layer होने के वजह सब mix हो जाता है, and ये layer भी 35 किलोमीटर्स thick है, राइट? अब देखिए हमने क्या देखा, स्ट्रैटो कितना ये 35 किलोमीटर्स क्या है? स्ट्रैटोस्फियर। उसके पहले कौन सा था? स्पीकिंग अबाउट ट्रैपोस्फियर है। ट्रैपोस्फियर रफली 8 to 14 किलोमीटर्स है। 22 किलोमीटर है अप्रोक्सीमेटली ट्रोपोस्फियर, सॉरी 35 किलोमीटर है स्ट्रैटोस्फियर एंड 35 किलोमीटर है मेसोस्फियर। तो कितने हुए मैक्सिमम पकड़े जाए तो? अर्थ सरफेस से 14 हुए, 35 हुए एंड 35 हुए। हम लोग कहाँ पहुंचे? 70 80 84 किलोमीटर्स पे हम लोग अभी पहुंच चुके हैं। वी आर स्पीकिंग अबाउट समथिंग विच आर देयर ऑन 84 किलोमीटर्स फ्रॉम द अर्थ सरफेस। The air is still thin, so you wouldn't be able to breathe up in the mesosphere. But there is more gas in this layer than there is out in the thermosphere. मिडल लेयर भी बोल सकते हैं इसको, right? You have ever seen a meteor shower where meteors burn up, streak across the sky? Some of us, we even call it as a shooting star. These meteors are burning up in the mesosphere. Meteors make it through the exosphere and thermosphere without much trouble because those layers don't have much air. But when they hit the mesosphere, there are enough gases to cause friction and create heat, right? उसके बाद आ रहा है थर्मोस्फियर। इट इज लोकेटेड अबाव मेसोस्फियर एंड बिलो एक्सोस्फियर, राइट? सो थर्मोस्फियर में आपको दिख रहा है इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन दिख रहा है आपको, राइट? सो थर्मोस्फियर में इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन ऑलरेडी लोकेटेड है। It lies between the exosphere and the mesosphere. Thermo means heat, and the temperature in this layer can reach up to 4500 degrees Fahrenheit. देखिए कितना टेम्परेचर है, 4500 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट टेम्परेचर है। चल जाएगा कोई इधर, है ना? इसीलिए तो नाम दिया है इसको थर्मो। If you were to hang out in thermosphere, though you would be very, you would be very cold, there aren't enough gas molecules to transfer the heat to you, right? तब इधर इतनी हीट होके भी आपको नहीं मिलेगी क्योंकि गैस मॉलिक्यूल्स ट्रांसफर करने के लिए वहाँ पे गैस मॉलिक्यूल्स है ही नहीं उतने कि जो हीट आप में ट्रांसफर करें, है ना? दिस ऑल्सो मीन्स दैट देर aren't enough molecules for sound waves to travel, right? इधर अगर जाओगे तो एक दूसरे को कुछ सुनाई भी नहीं देगा। Isn't it amazing? The layer this layer of Earth's atmosphere about 513 kilometers. हमने अभी देखे थे 14, 35, 35 और उसके ऊपर का लेयर देखिए कितना ब्रॉड है, डायरेक्ट 513 किलोमीटर्स का लेयर है ना? That's much thicker than the inner layers of the atmosphere, but not nearly as thick as the exosphere. The thermosphere is home to the International Space Station as it orbits the Earth. This is also where you'll find low Earth orbit satellites. There's a lot of going on in the thermosphere, isn't it? So many satellites over there. International Space Station is there, and so many satellites over there. Isn't it awesome? उसके ऊपर वाला देखते हैं क्या है. आउटर मोस्ट लेयर इज एक्सोस्फियर, राइट. सबसे ऊपर का लेयर है एक्सोस्फियर. देख रहा है ना आपको, एकदम ऊपर का लेयर है एक्सोस्फियर. So, this outermost layer, exosphere is the outermost layer of the atmosphere. Exo means outside, and is the same prefix used to describe insect like grasshoppers that have a hard shell or exoskeleton. वैसे ही exosphere काम करता है as a skeleton for us, the outer covering for us, right? It's a very age of our atmosphere. This layer separates the rest of the atmosphere from outer space. It's about 10,000 kilometers, right? हमने क्या देखा? 14, 35, 35, 513. उसके ऊपर डायरेक्ट 10,000 किलोमीटर्स का थिक लेयर है. It's almost as wide as Earth itself. The exosphere is really, really, really big, right? That means that to get to outer space, you will have to be really far, far, far away from Earth, right? The exosphere has gases like hydrogen, helium, but they are very spread out. There is a lot of empty space in between. There is no air to breathe. It's very hard, very cold over there. उसके बाद आता है आइनोस्फीयर. ये आइनोस्फीयर है कहाँ, एग्जैक्टली कहाँ पे लोकेटेड है? हमने उस डायग्राम में तो कहीं पे नहीं देखा आइनोस्फीयर. चलो जानते हैं आइनोस्फीयर के बारे में. आइनोस्फीयर इज वेरी एक्टिव पार्ट of the atmosphere, and it grows and shrinks depending on the energy it absorbs from the sun, right? ये layer change होते रहता है. The name ionosphere comes from the fact that the gases in this layers are excited by solar radiation to form ions which have an electrical charge, right? तो यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा electrical charge है. Active changing layer. This is even called as active changing layer. Why so? Let's see. An interesting layer called ionosphere overlaps mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. ये इन तीनों को overlap करता है और change करते रहता है अपनी जगह, right? It's very active part of atmosphere and it grows and shrinks depending on the energy it absorbs from the sun. So हर रोज ionosphere की thickness कम ज़्यादा होती रहती है इन तीनों layers में, right? Its name comes from the fact that gases in this layers are excited by the solar radiations to form ions which have an electrical charge. Parts of ionosphere overlap the Earth's magnetosphere. That's the area around the Earth where charged particles feel Earth's magnetic field, right? This is how the ionosphere works. In the ionosphere, charged particles are affected by the magnetic fields of both Earth and the Sun. This is where auras happen. Auras happen मतलब वो कलरफुल लाइट दिखती है ना. ये देखिए इधर हमने दिखाया डायग्राम में. ये जो ऑरा रहता है ना वो दिखता है, दूर से दिखते हैं कुछ जगह पे ऐसी लाइट्स, राइट? Those are the bright, beautiful bands of light that you sometimes see near the Earth's poles. Wow, it looks so beautiful. They are caused by the high energy particles from the sun interacting with the atoms in this layers of our atmosphere. Right? With this, we finish the next topic, that is एटमॉस्फेयर. इसके बाद इस चैप्टर का सिर्फ बचता है बायोस्फीयर. बायोस्फीयर करने से पहले कल दिवाली का आखिरी दिन है. कुछ लोग पाड़वा के तौर पे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, बहुत सारे लोगों का न्यू ईयर होता है, राइट? मेरा भी न्यू ईयर है. सो मैं सोच रही हूँ कल के दिन कुछ नया लेके आओ आपके लिए. सो एज प्रॉमिस्ड, टुमारो आई विल बी कमिंग अप विद द फर्स्ट स्टोरी ऑफ gems, unsung gems of Bharatvarsh, right? So tomorrow you'll be seeing the first story of unsung gems of Bharatvarsh. So stay tuned in and do watch that video of unsung heroes of Bharatvarsh. Keep guessing who must be the very first hero about whom I'll be speaking. Right? He is one of my favorite hero, and we have spoken about him prior to this also. So tomorrow stay tuned in to speak about him. Right? So, yes, don't forget to subscribe on Unacademy, India's largest e-learning platform. Do subscribe. And yes, to earn more discounts, don't forget to use my code to get 10% extra discount, right? So don't forget to use ANOO Anu, right? So thank you very much. Once again, wish you all a happy Diwali. Enjoy your Diwali. I am also enjoying a lot. Don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe the channel. And yes, leave the comments after that so that as this is not live, definitely leave the comments. I'll definitely reply you back, right? So see you then. Ta-da. See you tomorrow. Right? Chalo. Bye bye. Have a nice time. Bye.